Chapter 5 Meditation 2 Working with Sensations in the Body. The focus of our second meditation will be to include whatever arises in your body, the difficult sensations as well as the pleasant sensations. After settling yourself in your posture and working with your breath, the next step is to expand your field of awareness or mindfulness to include all of the energies and sensations in your body. During meditation, you may experience at different times a variety of sensations such as ease, tightness, pleasure, itching, and sometimes pain. All of these sensations can be included in your meditation with the same kind of attention and respect that we have begun to develop for the breath. As you sit still, your body naturally begins to open. In its opening, you often feel the things that the busyness of your life has kept you from noticing. So at first, you may experience unaccustomed sensations solely because you are not used to sitting still. More deeply than that, you will sometimes feel tension in your shoulders, or jaw, or back, or belly, or some other part of your body. The reason for this is that as you sit and become still, the areas of tension that you carry and accumulate in your life are revealed to you. So as you are sitting and feeling the rhythm of your breath, all of a sudden, certain places may become painful or warm or tight. What is necessary is to allow the opening of the body, whether it is painful or pleasurable, to be witnessed in the same spirit of attention that we give to the breath. When we can do this, whatever happens in our bodies will not be a problem, but rather a deep healing, even if it at first seems painful. When the tension that we carry first opens, it will often show us all the conflict or pain or difficulty that we have stored in our bodies. When we pay attention to the tension that with gentle awareness, it will gradually open and release. The central principle in allowing the body to be a part of meditation is to receive what arises for you with the same quality of presence or awareness that you have learned to experience with the breath. There is a story about how Saint Francis would put his hand on the furrowed brow of a troubled person or even an animal, and with the kindness of his touch remind them of their own inner beauty. Any energies that arise within us during meditation, whether they are tension or pain or pleasure or difficulty, should be received with the same kindness that Saint Francis had when he put his hand on the brow of a troubled creature. When you experience any bodily sensation during meditation, the practice is to name it to yourself softly, such as tingling, 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 or tension, tension, tension. As you do so, you give it space to open, and you also notice how the body itself wants to change and flow and move. So if you experience itching, instead of immediately scratching the itch, you can simply note itching, itching, itching. Maybe for the first time in your life, you can acknowledge the itch and feel what it is like and give it space to tingle and itch for some time without scratching it. Then you will also notice how it eventually passes away. This is true of every body sensation, whether it is coolness or warmth or tension or pain. As you pay attention to the opening of your body in meditation, it is also important that you do not decide intellectually what it is supposed to be like. your meditation will open like a flower does, each aspect in its own time. As you sit, you will discover that there are 3 kinds of painful sensations that can arise for you. The first is the signal that something is wrong, like your hand feels as if it is on fire. This is usually because you are in an uncomfortable position and your body is telling you to change the way that you're sitting. That is pretty infrequent, but once in a while you get that kind of sensation. The second kind of painful sensation comes from sitting in an unaccustomed posture. A common experience is to get pins and needles and tingles in your legs. These kinds of sensations often occur when you are not used to sitting still or sitting cross-legged. It also takes a while for you to feel comfortable when you are keeping your back straight and unsupported. You can experiment by continuing to sit in order to feel what those pins and needles are like, and let that be part of your meditation. And you can learn how to sit with something even that intense. But if it seems too much to focus on at the time, then just simply change your posture and come back to your breath in a natural way. It is useful to experiment with posture. If you have a constant and fair amount of back pain of a certain kind when you're sitting, try to change your posture so that you can sit more comfortably. There is enough pain and difficulty in life without manufacturing more. The third and most frequent type of pain includes every other uncomfortable sensation that comes with having a body. Sometimes when you are meditating, your shoulders will hurt, or your jaw will hurt, or your stomach will hurt. Often when you try to be quiet and these places start to hurt, it is because these areas have been tight all day long. We all have places where we stash our tension, and many people are even aware that they tend to clench their jaws or their shoulders each time we experience stress or difficulty. Areas in our bodies tighten in certain ways that lock in tension or pain. So if you pay attention to these areas as you sit, you will allow them to open and sometimes even release that tension. It is not that you are supposed to get rid of this tension necessarily, but it's important to bring it into consciousness. It means that you are actually beginning to feel your own body. Then over some time, it often begins to open on its own. The goal is not to sit without pain. During some sittings, you might have pleasure and bliss, and in others, you might have pain. In meditation, as in life, you will usually get about an equal measure of pleasure and pain. So it is not that we try and minimize or get rid of or ignore or run away from pain, because then you will have to spend half of your life running away. It is more useful to learn how to relate to all of it, the pleasure and the pain, with compassion, tenderness, mercy, and understanding. As you pay attention to your body, it is important to focus not on how you think it should feel, but on what the sensations actually feel like. You can learn to feel pain and realize that it is not going to kill you. Maybe you have never let yourself fully feel pain before. Is it tingly? Does it feel like pin pricks? Is it fiery? Does it throb? But you do not want to turn your meditation into a struggle with the sensations in your body. So if there is something opening in your body, you can give it attention as best as you can. And if it becomes a struggle, then you can just release it and go back to your breathing. Be aware of the sensation for a while and then return to your breathing. Perhaps you will be able to go back to the sensation in an easier way later on. When you pay attention to the sensations in your body, they will invariably do one of 3 things. they will go away, they will stay the same, or they will get worse. Your job is not to control them, but just to be with them and let them come and go in your awareness. There may be even more powerful releases that cause your body to shake or parts of your body to move spontaneously. That can be frightening as if you are losing control of yourself. Usually when you experience sensations like these, your mind will start to think about them so that you do not have to feel them and realize how out of control the body is. But if you really think about it, your body is never completely in your control. Just as you are not really breathing on your own, but rather that breathing is happening, your heart is also beating on its own, and your liver is functioning without any guidance from you. There are many other strange bodily sensations that will come and go in your meditations. You can feel light, like you are floating, or heavy, like you are made out of stone. Your breath can feel like it twists through your body. You can get flashes of coldness or heat and all kinds of other things. The sensations that you will experience during meditation will sometimes be pleasant. Sometimes it will feel like there is a tingling or a thrill or some rapture happening inside your body that is out of your control. If you're not used to these kind of feelings, they can be scary. Physical sensations are usually the side effects that happen spontaneously as your body begins to open. Some people do not have them at all, and for some people they come more frequently. The most important thing is not the sensations themselves, but rather that you are able to find a centered place where you can touch a deeper level of your being. The layers of tension, fear, discomfort, and rapture are there, and you will encounter them, but they are part of the superficial layer of your life. What is important is that underneath them, you can connect with a place of centeredness and awareness that gives you strength and helps you to experience all the changes of your life. It is also very helpful to know how to work with sounds in meditation, because lots of situations are inherently noisy. When you become aware that you're listening to some noise in your environment, you can include that listening in your awareness in the same way that you pay attention to the sensations in your body. You can simply feel the sound as it touches your ear, and you can note, if you wish, hearing, hearing, hearing. You can let the sound be a wave, just like the breath is a wave. When the sound passes, then you can return naturally back to the breath. I had a friend who lived in the city quite near a firehouse. At first, he would get really upset because when he was meditating, he'd be very peaceful, feeling his breath, and then suddenly the sirens would go off. But what he learned was that he could include the sirens in his meditation, so that when the sirens went off, he could see if he was really present and mindful in that moment. After a while, he began wishing that the siren would come more often, because it would always wake him up. For this second meditation session, you will once again sit up straight and let your body hang in a relaxed fashion from your spine. Allow your eyes and face to be soft and your shoulders and hands to be relaxed wherever they are comfortable. You will again use the breath as the center of your meditation, letting yourself feel the in-breath and the out-breath, noting the coolness, the swirls, the tingling, the itching, the pressure, the movement in your chest or your belly, whatever you experience and wherever you experience it. This will be the center of your meditation. However, as you sit and feel the breath, if there should arise any strong body sensation, tingling or itching or a fly on your nose or a pain in your knee or tension in your shoulders or heat or cold or any of the other energies of the body. Let go of the breath and bring your attention to feel them fully. Receive them with awareness and kindness and give them a name. For instance, you can name the sensation hot, 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 or itching, 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 or tingling, 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 or pain, or pins and needles, or whatever it is. As you name your sensations, feel them as carefully as you can, paying attention to them as they change in a very relaxed way, even if they are difficult at first. Then when they pass away, go back to the next breath. In this meditation, you will alternate between feeling your breath and paying attention to your bodily sensations when they become stronger than your breath. Just as you notice your breath and allow it to rise naturally while noticing its beginning, middle, and end, you will receive any sensations or energy in the body fully and with the same mindfulness and kindness that you feel with the breath. In this way, you will come back to the breath or the body whenever the mind wanders, or just be there with them as you experience the moment.